A Canadian is a Canadian, and you devalue the citizenship of every Canadian in this place and in this country when you break down and make it conditional for anyone. We have the rule of law in this country, and you can't take away citizenship if you don't like what someone does.
A Canadian is a Canadian, kind of. I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.Media. During the election campaign, Justin Trudeau and the Liberals said that they would do away with Bill C-24. That's the bill that allowed the government to strip dual citizens of their Canadian citizenship if they took up arms or committed acts of terrorism, took up arms against Canada. Well, now that the Liberals are in power, they are stopping all attempts to take away citizenship from such cases. It's an interesting position for the Liberals to take. During the election campaign, Trudeau just kept saying a Canadian is a Canadian is a Canadian, as if this was a horrible idea that Canada would ever take away citizenship. Except we've done it more than 50 times since 1977. Yeah, back when his papa, Pierre Trudeau, was the Prime Minister. In fact, his father helped set the rules for how it could be done. Bill C-24 simply expanded the criteria to include those who committed acts of terrorism or took up arms against Canada. Now, I asked Trudeau about this odd position of his that we could take away citizenship from old Nazis who'd snuck into the country after the Second World War, people like Jacob Fast and Helmut Oberlander, two men who were, their deportations were started under Liberal governments whose deportation process is still going on. And Trudeau's answer was, well, it's different. They lied on paperwork.
Revocation of citizenship can and should happen in situations of becoming a Canadian citizen on false pretenses. Indeed, when people have lied as on their applications, those applications get rescinded even years later. But this is a very different situation of creating a penalty for someone just because their parents were born in another country.
So today, Liberals will pat themselves on the back and say they're the good guys, they're the compassionate ones, they're the ones that understand multiculturalism and understand the true value of citizenship. But they're going to continue the deportations for old Nazis. They're going to continue that fight. It's paperwork, after all, and you can't lie on your paperwork. But taking up arms against Canada, killing or attempting to kill your fellow citizens, well, that's different, and there's no reason you should be punished for that. It's an odd position for the Liberals to take. It's one that, well, doesn't stand any rational dissection, but it's a position that Justin Trudeau's going to stick with. It was, after all, an election promise, but it's another election promise he should be breaking.